All right, and we're back to talk talking with business, and
Was
we
that
just
real?
finished talking about the
This can't be real.
Hills Have Ice story that I have that happened in Arizona, and I know there's another story that business wants to talk about that happened in Arizona as well. Business.
Yes, ma'am. What's up?
I introduced you.
Oh, sorry. Technical difficulties on my end. I can't hear. I'm going jotty. Hold on.
Hold on, people. She's going dry.
And can you translate that for our non-natives? Okay.
Oh, she can't hear. Something's wrong with her headphones, basically.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. So did you want to talk about the story that happened to you around the same canyon?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, for those who don't, live on the reservation, most native people who do, we have to travel, say, like 2.5 hours one way to get our groceries or to buy clothes or to buy stuff that you would just normally go down the street for. And one night it was just my mom and I. We were traveling over, what was that pass called? Is it Narbona Pass or Buffalo Pass?
It's what I don't know know what pass. I think it's Buffalo Pass.
I think it was Buffalo Pass. Like it goes into the community of Lacachigai.
Yeah, that's Buffalo.
Yeah.
There.
And so it was probably midnight-ish. It was pretty late because we had gotten groceries, and we were headed down the mountain. We had just passed Lacachigai, and past Lacachigai is a canyon de Chelly. And my mom was driving, and I was on the passenger side, and we were headed west. And there was a fire that had caught our attention. And it was like a little fire pit on the side of the road. And oh my gosh, Jason's at this house. Hold on, I gotta run away. But there was this man-made fire, and once we got closer, there was a guy. He had he was a native guy, but he was wearing a loincloth, and he was dancing around this little fire that he had put on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He had no shirt, it was just a little covering.
Did he have long hair?
And he had, from what I can remember, it was kind of shoulder length hair, and he was an older guy. And it was right at the turnoff of I believe it was Massacre Cave.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's from our previous stories, she's a total skeptic. And I was like, "Did you see that?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Should we?" I was more concerned about the fire because that area is kind of forestry, and I didn't want the whole area to catch on fire. So I actually pulled out my phone, my old cellular one phone.
Government phone for the non-natives or the natives that are
No,
not
it's
from
not
the
government.
U.S.
I paid for it.
Oh,
Shout out.
well, cellular one
Leave a
is kind of
comment if you
government.
had a cellular one phone. Dang. And I pulled out my phone and I called the police department. I just dialed 911. And it turned into, I think, Chinle Police Department's when it answered. And I was like, "Hi, I was just letting you guys know there's a fire. This guy had started a fire on the side of the road near Lacachigai." And the person responded, they're like, "Oh, we already have a unit headed out
God.
there."
What happened?
Because I guess someone else had already called too. And so I was like, "Okay, I was just letting you guys know." And so right when I hung up, we see a police unit drive by. And mom, she was like, "Should we go check on it?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go." Oh man, Jason's right here. Shoot, where is he?
Oh no, he's right here.
Oh, dang it.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Where are you going? Shoot him. You have a gun. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
okay, shut up. And, anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So,
You saw a police
Mom,
unit?
yeah, it passed us, so we were being, like, nosy Nellies, and we're like, let's turn around, and see if they catch him, right? And so we turn around, and, we, like, the cop unit just totally disappears. We didn't, and the fire was gone, and the man was gone, where we had seen him just prior. And we're like, what the heck just happened? Like, we know what we saw, because other people had seen it too. And
So what was
the
more
police
disturbing, that the guy was gone?
I think the most disturbing part was the fire for me. Because only you can prevent forest fires. But once we realized, like, the fire marks were gone, the guy wasn't dancing there, and I believe the police unit just kept driving.
Mm-hmm.
There, got it.
Because they probably didn't see him. And when we realized what was, like, on the other side of the road, and it said, like, turn off to the outlook of I cannot say this right.
Massacre Cave.
Massacre. I'm sorry. I need to go to bed soon. I got work. Massacre. Massacre. Oh my gosh.
Massacre. Okay.
Mascara.
We're just gonna call it for mascara.
Mascara. No. We gotta say it how it is. In case people want to visit. Which I don't recommend because it's like super haunted area. So what was your question?
Like, so that's. Do you think it was an actual man, like a
No.
living human, or do you think? Because I know
No.
Massacre Cave has like history about ancient people and the ancestors and stuff. Do you think it was an ancestor that you saw dancing?
I believe we saw an ancient person.
Well, cause like the sound of his hair.
The sound.
I mean the way you described his hair being like a short haircut. You know
like,
how they.
dude was in a loincloth.
You know how like scientists and all that stuff say like everyone had bowl haircuts or short haircuts and stuff. And it kind of reminds me of when we both lived in Colorado, and we went.
Oh my god.
And we decided, being dumb, we're like, oh, we should go see the ancient cave dwellings and let's go hang around there. And then the whole hair pulling that happened to us.
Should we tell that story?
Yeah, we should tell that story. Do you want me to tell it?
That story. Oh. Well, just know I was totally against this whole thing. She kind of kidnapped me.
I didn't. Don't talk about kidnapping. We just talked about rednecks keeping people.
She kidnapped me.
Okay, so I didn't kidnap her. I just told her we should go check it out because we live and work around this ancient dwelling, and I was a driver back then, and my job was just to drive around a shuttle bus. And so we decided to go there at the time was her boyfriend, and he's a white guy, if you guys don't know already. He came with us, and
oh, no,
we went to the museum, and they showed artifacts and basket weavings and pieces of clothing, just like you'd see at any museum. And
wait, can I mention the part where I don't believe I'm sensitive to any type of thing?
okay, yeah.
Like, I see ghosts, I experience stuff, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm blessed, I can see dead people type of shit.
Or she can't, she'll pick up on some stuff, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, like I'm not in tune with it. I don't purposely practice anything or anything like that. But like once we walked into that museum, I got significantly sick. I was fine
Yeah,
that
that
prior to
day.
that visit, but once I began seeing like the ancient relics and like rope made out of human hair and their little sandals and flip
There was
flops, like
that's the part where I don't have vertigo or anything, but I got really, really dizzy.
yeah, I got dizzy and I literally had to run out of the museum because I was gonna throw up.
Nauseous. Yeah, I got nauseous when that happened, and we decided, we were gonna take a tour into that area, but we've decided against it because of what we were feeling. While we're just barely in the museum looking at, like, pots and all that stuff and clay and just different stuff. But we got really sick, and so we decided not to go into the tour area where you could climb and check out where they actually live and stuff. So we're driving back down, and it's like an hour drive through this
No,
twisty and windy
no.
road.
Do you remember we just did like a drive-by
Yeah, that's
sightseeing?
on the way out though.
Oh, okay.
So there's a road where you can either take like a straight on, go down the road, or you can take a scenic tour where you don't have to go into the dwellings, but you can see the dwellings from the cliffside. So we decided just to do that instead because we were feeling nauseous, and we were driving, and um
We
business
were
and
driving
I
like on this small road.
yeah, it looks like a skinny windy road, and business and
Was it
I
one way?
yeah, it
I
was
believe
one
it
way.
was one way. And
It's
it
one
was
way.
just like, what kind of trees were the cedar trees surrounding us?
I have no
Or like
idea.
small, they weren't tall, but they weren't small.
Yeah, that's a good description of the trees. They're tall, but not
Yeah.
small. So they weren't
And there was
really
a lot
tall.
of
They
them.
were like the tallest they grow is probably like a building or something, but they're not gigantic like the sequoias or anything like that.
Yeah,
And
and it was probably around like, what, 3 o'clock? So it was still daylight.
yeah, and business scared me. Like I almost drove off this little tiny road because she said, "Wait! Did you see that? Did you see that?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "There's somebody's climbing a tree."
They were
And
climbing down the tree.
and I was like, "No, I didn't see anything. I'm driving on this skinny road, trying not to like fall off this cliffside." And she's like, "No, this person like climbed down so quickly," and she was really scared because she described the same person that she saw in the mountains in Arizona, and we were in Colorado, and she said that
Oh
this
my gosh,
person
oh my
had the
gosh,
same
dude.
kind of haircut, like the shoulder length
I'm
haircut.
driving.
Are you driving?
I'm driving the blue car. I
I'm
don't know
on the
how to
main
drive
road.
it. Oh shit, Jason's coming after me. Are you left or right?
I'm right of you.
Oh
Oh
crap,
man, you're
I went
driving
left.
really slow. I'm going. I'll
Dang.
meet you. But
I'm
so
Jason has me.
she scared us, and then we're like, okay, never mind. Let's just head home. So we started down the this cliffside.
Oh no, dying.
We started down the cliffside, and um, at the same time, me and business both said, "Ow!" And I looked at her. She looked at me. We were so confused, and we were wondering why we both said "ow." And she held her hair. She was passenger, so she held her right side of her head, and I held the left side of my head. And we looked at each other, and her boyfriend was in the back seat, and he said, What happened?" And I was like, "My hair was pulled." And she said, "My hair was pulled too, but it happened at the exact same time, exact same moment." And that
Yeah,
was the
it was
trippy
my
part.
left side and your right
Who
side.
is that?
Yeah.
And it was
My
right
God, I
behind
can't
like
look.
your ear. And it wasn't like a whole bunch of hair strands. It was just like 4 or 5 that were
Yeah,
pulled
enough to
really
hurt,
hard.
I'm
to
out
kind
of
of give
here.
you a headache.
Just like enough to pinch it, and it was uncomfortable. Like I thought my hair was getting caught like on the what is it, the seat
The seatbelt.
headrest or something. But then like it kept occurring, and it kept like hitting or like scratching the back of my neck. And
Oh
then
man.
that's when I saw that you were doing the same thing, and I was like, I feel like my hair's getting pulled. And then you're like, me too. And then my husband at the time was like, he was sitting in the back seat middle, and he was like, what the heck? What's happening?
Yeah.
It was so creepy. And with that ancient, like, I think I saw another ancient person because it was like a little Mowgli person.
Mowgli.
It's like,
You mean the
yeah,
haircut
so,
and the loincloth?
and it was like a little body, and it was using both its hands and its feet to move quickly down the tree.
Oh man.
And I was so shocked that you guys didn't see it.
No, I was too busy focusing on the road and on a crash, and I know that there was like wildlife, so I didn't want to hit anything. So, but I remember, and then we went back home, and I lived 2 doors down from business and her boyfriend. And I remember it was like 5 in the morning. I was getting up because I needed to drive, and business's boyfriend was texting me, and he would say, you know, leave me alone, stop knocking the door, it's not funny. And I told him it wasn't me, and I was like, look out your door and I'll look out my door, because we were freaked out, and this was really early and the sun hasn't been out yet and it's still dark. And he looked out his door, and I was like, what? And they're like, there's nothing. And it's like weird things happened after we got our hair pulled, and we had to do like a little, is it like a, what'd you call it, ceremony or a cleansing?
I think it was more of a cleansing.
Yeah, we had to do like a cleansing.
When we got back to our place after that whole experience, me almost puking, seeing that ancient person, and getting our hair pulled, like we were trying to get in through our door, but we ended up seeing like a dark shadow standing behind us, behind my husband and I, when we were trying to open the door, and that really freaked us out. And then that's when the following morning, we had to work the morning shift, so we had to be in the showers by like 5, I think, or like 4:30. It was really early, and that's when he was experiencing someone knocking on our apartment, and he thought it was you. That's why we were texting you when I had gotten back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no, I was really confused, and I was nervous because I had to still go out and, you know, pre-trip the vehicle and stuff like that. And you guys telling me somebody's knocking on your door playing tricks on you while it's still dark, it was creepy.
Like they were knocking like on all sides of the walls, outside, and there was no one there, and so that's when we had to like sage the place and keep some ash near us.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend going to ancient sites if you're native. But
or if you're non-native, I mean, anybody, I guess anybody can have attachments or something.
Yeah.
Just be respectful.
Especially if you're sensitive and
Susceptible?
I cannot talk tonight.
I think you're just tired. It's literally like 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I had to be up. I have to go to work. Okay. So this will probably be my last session for tonight. But if you guys have like similar stories, if there's ancient people.
Yes, or if you've seen something like the bonfire, whoever called the cops as well that night from the Chinle, Saley
area.
That whole area.
That whole place is scary.
Yeah.
I think.
And I definitely have stories about that place, and talking about woods and all that stuff and ancient things. We have stories about Bigfoot or Sasquatch, or, you know, whatever you call them. Yeti.
You remember your story that you told me, like, you were bait?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay. I'll also tell you the story where these people that I went to college with out in Saley used me and my friends as bait for skinwalkers and stuff like that, and we had no idea what was happening. I thought we were stargazing and all that stuff, but nope. They left us out on the reservation to see if anything would happen to us, which is messed up. But I'll tell you more about that when that happens, or when we talk about it.
Dang, this person has like 14 seconds to survive.
Oh, he's gonna survive. He's
10,
definitely
9,
hiding and Jason can't find him.
6.
Don't move, lady. Don't move with your little... Oh, he doesn't care no more. He's like, I have 2 seconds. Oh, no. Yep,
You got a
we're
frying
good.
pan and everything.
That was a good session. Talking about ancient people and all that. Everybody, if you like ancient people, you respect them, give us your comments. I'm not ever going to go to another... Yeah, like and subscribe, but I'm never going to another, like, you know, ancient dwelling or anything like that. I don't want to... I don't want to have attachment. Yeah, definitely. First and last.
Okay, well, be safe, everyone, tonight, and
Mhm.
or have a good day if you're listening to this in the morning.
Yep. Adios.
Adios, amigo.